Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Mother, I feel you under my skin. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my skin. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. So I just had my first ayahuasca experience, and I just felt really inclined to document, mostly for myself, because I hope and I plan to do many more ayahuasca retreats. So it's more of a way to look back at where I started and see how or if I've grown from my first experience. And it's also maybe for people that are interested in trying ayahuasca and just want to see someone's first experience and how it's sort of went, more or less. So I should briefly introduce myself. I go by Arbol. This name was given to me in India, and I've had a calling for ayahuasca, to do ayahuasca for many years. Since seeing the movie Enter the Void, I've known about DMT and I've had some experiences with Changa. But ayahuasca, as much as I wanted to do it, it was just never quite the right time. And then when I planned on doing a trip to South America, which is where I really wanted to do ayahuasca, COVID happened and I was just kind of stuck in a limbo of when am I going to do ayahuasca? And I just felt like more things piling up, more intentions that I needed to do, more healings. And it came to a point where it's like, okay, I need to do it now. Otherwise, it will just keep on piling up. And I just met this person that just told me about a retreat that she had that was very life-changing for her. And I had already been researching, but I was not connecting with anything that I was finding. But to this person, the way that she was telling me about this retreat, I could see how it had changed her. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is not a coincidence. It's just someone that I just met, but I feel a connection here and I need to explore it. So I reached out and I ended up having my first. It was one day, with the day after being a sharing ceremony, and it was incredible. We were 6 total, and 2 shamans, a really, really amazing couple. I just felt a beautiful connection with them throughout the whole ceremony. I really felt like they were taking care of me alongside with Mother Ayahuasca. I felt very safe. The 5 other people that I was in this journey with, I also felt a strong connection with each and every one of them. They were all there to teach me something. Their intentions were my intentions, and I felt a beautiful connection with each and every one of them. It was just 2 newbies, me and this other girl. And when we were giving our intentions for what we wanted to experience, they were quite similar. We both had this kind of anxiety and lack of self-confidence, and it was amazing that by the end of this journey I definitely gained some amazing inner strength, And she did too. She even said at the end of the sharing circle that she was ready to have a country named after her. So that was nice. The ceremony began with after we all shared our intentions, we had our first, glass, and then we all went to our beds, and then the two shamans started singing, and this other guy was singing with them, and I was also singing with them, and then I just started to feel it, like my whole body was tingly. If you're ever in this situation, in the ayahuasca ceremony, I really recommend trying to sing along. It doesn't matter if you can't sing. Ayahuasca will open up your throat and you will be able to sing. And not only that, but it really helps to connect with Mother Ayahuasca, and it really helps to accelerate the experience of feeling the Mother coming to you. One of the first things that I felt was extremely sick. I felt like, oh no, did I get COVID? What am I going to do? Are these people going to have to take care of me? I was just like shivering. I was feeling so sick, so nauseous. And I had been purging before by drinking liters of water with salt and just shitting as much as possible. And yet here I felt that there was a lot that I still needed to release. And I knew this. I've had an issue with throwing up for a very long time. It's very difficult for me to throw up. People tell me that I'm very open and I absorb things and I don't let them go. And my main intention, like, of course I wanted to have some cool visuals or whatever, but my main intention was really to heal my body and to be able to throw up. And my main thing happened. During the ceremony, you lose track of time. It seemed like it could have been 3 days. And it seemed like maybe I was there for like a day trying to throw up or trying to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't. I was blocked. I had my second round of ayahuasca, and I was going through some amazing things, like seeing all my loved ones, sharing gratitude, giving my healing energy to every single person in this room and to every single person that I've known, and trying to really be in the moment and trying to just heal myself. I was giving myself some Reiki healing. I was healing my eyes. Like I said, I was very sick, but at the same time, I was healing myself. And this was all through the process of ayahuasca helping me and the shamans helping me. Eventually, I went out to get some air, and then one of the shamans, he came up to me and he said, like, "Are you okay? Do you maybe want rape," which is like a very strong herb. I don't know exactly how to describe it, and it's blown into your nose through like this, again, I don't know the name, but it's like this big stick. And there were 2 sticks, and one of them was a dragon, and this was supposed to be like a very intense experience. And of course, like, even though I was barely conscious or able to comprehend what was really happening, I mean, I was very present, but at the same time I was going in and out, and I was definitely dealing with like a lot of sickness. And so this other shaman, she came to me with the stick. I know there's a name for this. And she was there with me for like quite a long time. It took a while for me to be able to even put this thing in my nose. I was so just suffering and just, but also going through this amazing experience. Like, it really was the duality of like feeling awful and feeling amazing at the same time. And the moment I was finally able to put this thing in my nose, and she blew into me after like really she was really there for me. It was a long process to get to this point, and I just like started to throw up everything that I needed to get out, and I just felt it like when I was throwing up in the bucket, all these like disgusting energies were coming out, and all these toxins were coming out, and I was looking into this bucket. It was getting more full, and it was just blackness. And I could see, like, I was grateful because I was letting go of these things, but at the same time, these toxins were part of me. These parasites were part of me, so I was saying goodbye and being grateful that they were gone. And immediately after that, I still had to go through a whole process of I threw up for like a long time, and then I still had to do the other nostril. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna do this one a little bit softer, because I was really not sure if I could even do the second one. And after the second one went in, it's just I threw up more. And then after some time, I don't know how long, could have been like half hour, could have been an hour, could have been more, I really just felt like a huge weight had been lifted, and I was very light. Just the purging was a very big step for me. Like, I'm sure it's weird for some people. I'm sure some people have no issues with throwing up or don't even want to throw up. But for me, it was like a new beginning, because I knew that I had to throw up. I knew that I had so many things that I needed to let go, so many just energies from other people, from myself, some sadness, some toxins, some illnesses, the sickness that I was feeling. It was very strong, and throughout this whole process, I knew that there was a beginning, middle, and end, and I could see everything. I could see the whole film. It's like you're spoiled to the ending of a movie, but you're still going through it, and you're still going through the hard parts. That's really how it felt, like a hero journey. Throughout this whole process, I was stretching, I was doing some yoga, I was meditating, I was just going through the motions. Every moment was different. One moment I could only lay down, another moment I could only throw up, another moment I was like outside doing a headstand. I saw my grandmother come visit me. I saw her face. I saw her being on the next journey. I saw every person that helped me get to this point, and I thanked them. I was just so grateful. And every moment that I would maybe start to flow away, I would remind myself to come back, connect. You're here, and you're with Mother. And I was also with the universe. I could feel the energy of the universe, just connecting, just dancing all around me. And the whole journey was with everyone that was there. People were throwing up everywhere. There was a lot of throwing up, and it was amazing because we could all be strong together, and we could all be vulnerable together. That's another thing that many people have an issue with, and I had an issue with, like being vulnerable in front of other people. And here it felt like it was okay. We were all letting go of this. So there were still a few things that I needed to go through that I didn't go through, but because I had so many intentions and so many things, there's no way that everything will be worked on in one ceremony. So I know that I will continue on this journey, and I still have a lot of healing to do, but I do feel like I've regained a lot of inner strength. I've regained my voice. I was able to sing, I was able to speak, I was able to communicate, I was able to connect, I was really able to let go. And I had been struggling with that, like for the past year, being in this situation of COVID, being stuck in a country where I don't necessarily want to be in. I want to be traveling. And So I was really beginning to losing myself. I was beginning to lose that inner spark, and this just brought it back. And it's not 100%, of course not. It's only one day that I did ayahuasca, but I definitely felt like this beginning of big step of my healing process. And I hope to continue it, and I hope to make more videos about this journey. I think most people maybe got 1 hour or 2 hours of sleep at most, but the next day everyone was just so energized. I was so energized. My eyes were so clear. I was so present. And then we did our last sharing circle. Everyone spoke about their experiences. Everyone had a very hard, open heart explanation of what their journey was like, and we all ate together. It really felt like a family. And then we said our goodbyes, and then I still got to speak to both shamans, and I really felt like this beautiful connection with them. And I know that ayahuasca is in my future, and I know that I want to heal with it. Maybe I want to learn how to brew it. I want to learn everything about it. So I'm very excited to see what the future will bring. Very excited to see how everything will come to be. And I want to close this video with, just clean myself by going on a lake, skinny dipping. So this is it. It's like 10 p.m. over here, but I really feel the urge to go in the water. Yahoo! Yeah, that was refreshing. um, so I just wanted to briefly talk about how I feel today, the day after the ceremony. I slept for 12 hours and I'm still a little bit tired, not gonna lie. I would say like the ceremony as a whole, like just the tripping part was about 12 hours. And the next day you still feel the aftermath. You're still very much awake. You still feel um, the mother uh, doing her work, and you feel very in the moment, very present. And today I still have that sense, but it's definitely a little bit diminished. But at the same time, I feel like Mother Ayahuasca has always been with me in a way and will always be with me. And you just have to tune into her. And today I've been trying to really tune into her as much as I could. Instead of like going on the internet and going on the computer, which is what I often do when I am at home, I've just been practicing my instruments. I've been playing music. I've been writing a bit about my experience, and I've been listening to music on Spotify. I searched for this playlist, Ayahuasca, and there were a ton of amazing songs there. So I've just really been harnessing that energy as much as I can in my heart. And I also cleaned up my room a little bit. I cleaned up my altar a little bit and light some incense and just try to do the work that you're supposed to do after the ceremony. You're not supposed to go back into work, back into normal life. You have to like really slowly uh, integrate into regular life. And I think I'm doing the work. I also wanted to talk about some of the experiences that I forgot to mention yesterday. I haven't actually looked at what I said, but I know that there are some things that I probably forgot to say because, the ceremony is 12 hours. There's a lot that is happening there. You are having many experiences, and it's impossible to remember all of them. Although I do believe that a lot of these insights that come to you, even if you might forget them consciously, they will still remain in your subconscious. I certainly had a couple of like really strong insights, and while I was having them, I was trying to repeat them to myself several times for them to stick. And right now, I can't remember exactly what they were, but I'm sure that they will come back to me at some point, or that they're still in the back of my head. One big blockage that I had for like the past week or two was my right nostril had been very blocked. I had been trying all kinds of pranayama exercises to clean it up, and I was unsuccessful. And during the ceremony after the dragon, there was just like so much snot coming out of my nose. I don't even understand where was the space for it. It just kept coming while I was throwing up, and I was just releasing all these things that I needed to release. And also, it genuinely made my eyes relax. I guess like all this stuff that was blocked in here was just like pressing against my eyes, and I was able to really breathe well after that. And if you know anything about yoga, meditation, breathing is the most important thing. So I definitely would advise people to get a neti pot. It's something that you can use to put in your nose with water and salt, and then you just kind of clean up your nose. I have my own, but it's rusted, so I haven't been using it for months now. So this is definitely a reminder that, okay, I really need to get a new neti pot. Like, this is definitely something worth investing, because a clean nose will certainly affect your day-to-day life. It will definitely affect your health, and why not be as healthy as possible when you can? One of the things that ayahuasca showed me, and I already knew, but it's a reminder that we can all heal ourselves. We don't really need other medication necessarily. Plant medication is different because it helps to show you the way, but in the end, you have to do the work. Even if she purges you and she cleans you all up, if you go back to eating all this bad food and not taking care of yourself, then it's just going to be a temporary healing. The process comes from your own personal work outside of the healing. It's very important for you to begin to love yourself. And I think a lot of people that go through these type of healing experiences are lacking a lot of self-love. And so, yeah, do the work. Learn to love yourself. Learn to accept yourself for who you are. It's going to make a big difference. Some advice that I can give to people going into this experience, I would definitely say try to follow the diet. And for me, it was quite easy because I already don't eat meat. I already don't eat fried food, and I eat very little processed foods. But yeah, this is very important. It will affect your experience significantly. I would also suggest try to purge before going, and it's okay to mess up. I definitely did not follow everything, and that's okay. I do feel like that probably influenced me feeling as sick as I was feeling at the beginning and as weak. So now I know, and now I know to prepare better for next time. Definitely meditate a lot. Definitely try to do yoga. Try to do cleansing as much as possible, and your experience will be even better than it will be without. I also wanted to show, before I went, I did a little bit of, I picked a tarot card, and just because I was curious to see what it would show me, and this is the card that I picked. the stars. It's a very beautiful card. It's a card full of blessings and full of inspiration, and I definitely felt that. So I want to draw another card today. The Hermit. So this card is all about self-work and continuing the work of what I learned in this journey, and I shall be continuing to do that. Soy un niño salvaje, inocente, libre, silvestre. Tengo todas las edades, mis abuelos viven en mí. Soy hermano de las nubes, solo sé compartir. Sé que todo es de todo y que todo está vivo en mí. Mi corazón es una estrella y soy hijo de la tierra. Viajo de borde de mi espíritu y camino a la eternidad. Yahoo!